Everyone, welcome to my daily video where I give a little book news and just some updates on some of the videos that I post. So first, I want to start off with wishing Andrea Dunlop happy birthday. Look at, I have this book. I'm going to be giving it away soon. I got to be posting her video. I have not posted it yet. We did it a little bit back and it is coming up. So I just wanted to show you, look at that cover. It was such a good book. So happy birthday, Andrea. And we have another birthday today. Bette Davis would be 110 if she were still alive. So I did an interview with Catherine Cermak, and she wrote a book. She was uh, Bette Davis's personal assistant for the last 10 years of her life. And she wrote a book called Miss D and Me, because she called Bette Davis Miss D because she could never bring herself to call her Betty. So I'm posting that video today because of it being Bette Davis's birthday. And it was so fun to talk to Catherine. I will also show the video right up here so you can just click on there. And I'm having a really weird hair day today. Started the day off at the dentist, okay? That's not the best place to start the day off, but I love my dentist so much, and he makes me feel so good about things. But I woke up this morning and I was like, oh, I need to go to the dentist today. I was having a little tooth issue and I'm feeling much better. But anyway, in the meantime, my hair just has gotten all funky and I'm just going to have to deal with it. There we go. Okay, so I went back and I was going to give Bette Davis quotes, and then I was like, no, her quotes are so popular. Everybody knows her quotes, right? So I thought I'd find 5 fun facts about Bette Davis, okay? Because I did not know a lot about her until I read the book. And I think that we really need to understand, especially with the women movement in Hollywood, exactly what Bette Davis brought. You know, they have her to be thankful for so much. Even though I know it seems like they still have a long way to go, they still have a lot to thank Bette Davis. She kind of paved the way for them. She was such a strong woman. So 5 fun facts, okay? First off, she loved to smoke. Why is that a fun fact? A lot of women did, but she wouldn't let anybody tell her where to smoke. Now, smoking was really acceptable back then, but she could smoke up to 4 packs of cigarettes a day, which leads me to believe that she was probably just having them hang out her mouth, because I don't think that's possible. But anyway, she smoked Vanguards, and her dentist was even quoted as saying that she would be in the dental chair with a cigarette. So I just thought that was a fun fact. Next, she had a foul mouth. You know, I'm not saying that having a foul mouth is like a very fun thing, or, you know, sometimes if it's used too much, I'm just like, it turns me off, okay? But then every once in a while, you need a good cursing, okay? And back in those days, I don't think women cursed a lot. And I think she was surrounded by men who did curse. And so her cursing was just like unusual. And then, you know, and it made her stand out, you know, and she was just like, there are no rules for men and women. We don't have that anymore. We can curse just as much as a man. So I love that. Number 3, she was not afraid to look ugly if a role called for it. Back in those days, women were not wanting to look bad for a film. Okay, they would do everything they could to look beautiful. Nowadays, we see movies that actresses will gain weight, lose weight, wear, you know, things on their face to make them look for the role, or, you know, change their face however they have to, and that's not that unusual. But back then it was really unusual, because these Hollywood women, these iconic, like Joan Crawford, for instance, and many others, they were like, they wanted their roles to make them look good. Okay, so I love that. Number 4, when Hollywood stopped having roles for her to play, she created her own. She went out there and started pitching things that she could do. So instead of complaining like, I'm 40 and I don't have anything to do and it's all their fault, she was like, no way, I'll just make a role for my own, for myself. And I don't care if anybody doesn't have a role for me. And she acted right up until right before she died. She never stopped, and she never made age as an excuse, which sometimes we hear a lot about women complaining about age. So I love that. And then last, she was not afraid to fight with Jack Warner. Warner Brothers, she was under contract with them. And the women today that are in Hollywood, they have a lot to thank Betty for, because she, even though she had a contract, she was getting offered roles with different companies, and she was constantly fighting him, and she was constantly like thinking that, telling him about the rights that she had as a woman to be able to go get her own roles. And that was kind of the end of the era of contracts like that. And she made him understand that she wasn't going to just take it. She wasn't just going to take, like, oh, well, you're not going to let me take a role. No, she fought with him. And a lot of people didn't fight with him because he was really intimidating. And I love that. So I love the fact that she was such a strong woman in Hollywood. And like I said, everything that's going on now, and we're seeing like women standing up for themselves way more, but they can look back at what she stood up for and they can just say, wow, okay, we're not the first. She did this way long ago, and probably we only have half the battle because of her. So I am so grateful that I got to learn about Bette Davis. I'm grateful that I got to read the book and that I got to talk to Catherine. So blessed to be able to talk to Catherine. She's so amazing. She's just an amazing person. And she pretty much says it's because of Betty. So anyway, I just want to thank Catherine, and everyone have a great day. Until tomorrow.